The crisp autumn breeze swept through Oak Ridge, Kansas, carrying the earthy scent of harvested cornfields and a hint of impending frost. It was the kind of wind that whispered secrets, and on this day, it brought back a ghost from the past. Sarah Wilkins stood at the window of her old farmhouse, her fingers gripping the faded curtains as she spotted a lone rider emerging from the golden haze of the horizon. At 48, she was a widow who'd seen her share of hard times running the small bed and breakfast alone after her husband's heart attack 8 years ago. But nothing prepared her for the man dismounting his horse at her gate. He was no stranger. Dylan Harper, now 30, broad-shouldered and weathered by years on the open range. He'd been the scrappy kid next door, the one who'd crash on her porch swing when his old man got mean with the bottle. The boy who'd shared meals at her table with her son, Tyler, like they were brothers. 7 years ago, they'd both headed west for ranch work, chasing dreams of big payoffs. But this wasn't the lanky teen she remembered. His jaw was set hard, his eyes shadowed under a worn Stetson, and something in his stride screamed trouble. What burden was he carrying? And why did her pulse quicken at the sight of him, stirring feelings she'd long buried? Dylan's boots thudded on the wooden steps, and 3 firm knocks rattled the door. Sarah smoothed her simple plaid dress, suddenly aware of the gray streaking her chestnut hair and the lines etched around her hazel eyes from years of worry. She opened the door, and time froze. The awkward boy was gone, replaced by a man forged in dust and determination. His flannel shirt hugged a chest built from roping steers, and his dark hair fell messily when he tipped his hat. "Sarah," his voice rumbled, deeper now, laced with gravel from trail life. "It's been too long." Her breath caught. "Dylan? You've changed." His gaze lingered on her, intense and unreadable, before he looked away. "Ma'am, I need to talk. It's about Tyler." The world spun. She stepped back, steadying herself on the doorframe. "Come in." The farmhouse was quiet. Tourist season had ended, leaving empty rooms. She led him to the kitchen, where memories flooded back pancakes for the boys on lazy Sundays. "Coffee." Her hands trembled as she poured. He shook his head. "Sarah, there's no gentle way. Tyler's gone." The words slammed into her like a freight train. She gasped, clutching counter. "Rustlers out in Colorado. Fight over stolen cattle. He played the hero, tried to stop him." Dylan's voice broke. "I'm sorry. God, I'm so damn sorry." She crumpled, and he was there, his arms wrapping around her. Through the sobs, she felt his solid warmth, the steady thump of his heart. It was wrong to notice, but in that moment of shattering grief, his presence was a lifeline. He held her as waves of pain crashed over her, whispering apologies into her hair. "I should have protected him. It should have been me." Days blurred into a haze. Sarah retreated to Tyler's old room, surrounded by his childhood relicta baseball glove, faded comic books, the scent of hay, and boyhood dreams. Dylan stayed, a silent guardian. He brought trays of food she barely touched, fixed the leaky roof, and stacked hay bales for winter. His quiet strength anchored her, but tension simmered beneath the surface. One evening, as she clutched Tyler's letters, every one she'd sent, save in a tin box, she whispered to the empty air, "It's my fault. I raised him to stand tall, to fight for right." Dylan found her on the floor, papers scattered. He knelt, his hand on her shoulder. "It's not on you. He was brave because of you." That night, they shared coffee at the scarred oak table. Silence wrapped them like a blanket until she leaned against him, exhausted. For the first time, a spark flickered, not just comfort, but something electric, forbidden. Was it betrayal to feel alive amid the ashes of loss? Dylan lingered, mending fences, tuning the old tractor. Sarah cooked for him, simple meals like stew and cornbread, but the air crackled. She'd catch his eyes on her as she moved, tracing the curve of her hips and her jeans, the way her blouse hugged her figure. He'd brush past too close, his breath warm on her neck as he reached for a shelf. "Remember when Tyler bet me to sneak into Old Man Jenkins' orchard?" she said one dusk, trying to lighten the mood. He chuckled, a low rumble. "And you made me confess and bake him a pie. You were furious." His expression shifted. "But I wasn't mad about the apples. I was jealous that Tyler called you Mom, and I couldn't." The confession hung heavy. "Dylan, She trailed off, heat rising. "I know it's twisted," he admitted, voice rough. "You were like family. But Sarah, I never saw you that way." "Not really." His eyes locked on hers. "From a day I turned 17, at that county fair in your blue sundress. It hit me. It wasn't kid stuff." Shock should have flooded her, outrage. Instead, desire pulled, sharp and undeniable. "You were just a boy. I'm not now." He stepped closer, his calloused hand grazing her arm. "Tell me you don't feel it too." She should have pushed him away, invoked Tyler's memory, and mentioned the age gap. But truth clawed at her. She'd noticed him growing into manhood, his voice deepening, his gaze lingering. "We can't," she breathed, even as her body betrayed her. That night, sleep evaded her. She heard him pacing below, then the back door creak. From her window, she watched him in the barn light, shirtless, swinging an axe at firewood with furious energy. Muscles flexed under sweat-slicked skin, a man in his prime, raw and powerful. Their eyes met, and hunger sparked across the yard. He dropped the axe, striding toward the house. Footsteps climbed the stairs. A knock. "Sarah." "Come in." He entered, chest heaving, trousers low on his hips. "Can't sleep." "Neither can I." The room thrummed with tension. "This is crazy," she whispered. "Yeah." He advanced. "But real. People will judge." "Screw him." His fingers traced her nightgown's edge, igniting fire. She gasped as he cupped her, pulling her close. "I've dreamed of this for years." "Show me," she murmured, surrendering. He kissed her fiercely, hands exploring, lifting her to the bed. Passion erupted, years of pent-up, longing unleashed. But hooves thundered outside, multiple riders. Dylan froze, peering out. Damn. Sheriff Harlan and company. Panic surged. Mrs. Whitaker, the town gossip, and Reverend Ellis, no doubt. Sarah yanked on her robe as pounding shook the door. "Mrs. Wilkins, open up." Dylan dressed hastily. "The window." "No, we face this." Downstairs, she flung open the door. Sheriff Harlan eyed Dylan's rumpled state. "Ma'am." Mrs. Whitaker exploded. "Disgraceful. A woman your age with a boy you practically raised." "He's not my son," Sarah said steadily. "Might as well be." Whitaker spat. "The town's buzzing. It's unnatural." Reverend Ellis frowned. "Sarah, this isn't you. Grief's clouding your judgment." Dylan bristled. "Nobody's taking advantage." "Back off." "Watch it, son," Harlan warned, hand on his holster. "I'm no boy," Dylan growled, "and I won't let you slander her." Whitaker sneered. "Slander? She's dishonoring her dead son's memory." Dylan lunged, fists flying. It took Harlan and Ellis to restrain him. "Don't drag Tyler into this. He'd want her happy." "Happy?" Whitaker laughed. "This is sin." "It's love," Dylan shouted, stunning them silent. Harlan cleared his throat. "Harper, best you leave town." "No," Sarah interjected. "This is my home. He's staying." Ellis pleaded. "Think of your reputation." Sarah met their stares. "What reputation? A lonely widow in a fading farm town? I've been invisible for years. Until now." She grabbed Dylan's hand. "I choose this." Word spread like wildfire. By morning, her B&B bookings vanished. The diner refused service. The feed store ignored her. That evening, Dylan hit the rusty nail bar for supplies, but Sarah knew better was spoiling for a fight. Shouts echoed blocks away. She rushed in to see Dylan facing three burly farmers, bloodied but unbowed. Who else calls her a slut? Sarah stopped, but chaos reigned. One swung, Dylan dodged, landing a haymaker. Another smashed a bottle mist, but Dylan countered with a gut punch. Enough. He wiped blood. She's alone too long because of pricks like you. The third jeered. Loves the old lady, huh? Whore and her pup. Dylan slammed him against the bar, choking. Say it again. I dare you. Harlan burst in, gun drawn. Let go. Dylan released, eyes blazing at the crowd. Hypocrites. You cheat taxes, beat spouses, but a woman finds joy? Crucify her? I'm a grown man loving a woman. Deal with it. He stormed out, grabbing Sarah. We'll find somewhere else. Back home. She bandaged him. You made it worse. I defended you. His eyes softened. Sarah, marry me. Let's go to Texas ranches need hands. Start fresh. But money? The farm. I've saved from drives. Sell what we can. On one knee. Do you love me? Tears fell. Yes. God, yes. They packed essentials Tyler's letters, her late husband's watch, a family photo. Dawn broke as they boarded the bus south, whispers following. Oak Ridge shrank into rear view, a prison of judgment left behind. On the ride, hands entwined, Sarah felt reborn. No regrets. Texas awaited marriage, a small ranch, love defying odds. It was enough. What do you think? Would you choose love over society's rules, or play it safe? Share your stance in the comments. Let's debate this.